Welcome to Sassy Podcast.
All right, so our guest this episode is the amazing Sean Smith.
Oh, nice. Full title.
Full title.
Yeah.
Full intro.
Got my first
Legal
name.
name
I
is
didn't even know people knew my first name was amazing up until this point.
Yeah.
But you've done your research.
on
I
your,
like
on
this.
your passport.
Yeah. What are you doing looking at my passport? How do you know?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, sorry.
Dark turn, quick.
Oh, fuck.
There's that silence.
So, get the obvious question. How are you doing today? You all right?
Yeah. Just driven for 4 hours from Merthyr Tydfil, South Wales, here to the lovely city of Manchester.
Lovely,
drove up the
sunny
dreadful
Manchester.
M6. Fuck the M6. I would say shout out to the M50. But every other then M road in England can get fucked because it's crap. Everything's 50 mile an hour and I hate it.
Yeah. Driving fun.
Yeah,
It's fucking dreadful.
I think we've already had a rant about driving already
you?
before this.
Oh,
So
bugger.
we'll get to a segment where we can rant in a bit.
Nice.
Anyway. So what we best off starting with, going all the back to the beginning. What got you into music originally?
When I was a kid, the only thing I remember listening to or hearing in the car was my dad's choice of music, which is dreadful.
What did that consist of?
Oh, well, two artists.
Right.
The fabulous Tina Turner.
Right.
Yeah. And everybody's favourite Welsh songstress, Bonnie Tyler.
Right.
So I grew up to Private Dancer, a dancer for money. And yeah, Bonnie Tyler. So yeah, and then the first CD, no, not CD, cassette.
Cassette.
Kids listen to this won't even know what cassettes are.
What's a cassette?
Ex-
I'm joking. Don't worry.
I'm not shocked anymore when people say what are these crazy old things. It's mental. Yeah, the first cassette I ever bought was Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 2 because it had a parental advisory sticker on it, and this was back in the day where you couldn't read the word fuck anywhere. You couldn't find it in a book, you couldn't find it in magazines. The internet didn't exist, so you couldn't just go online and Google the word fuck. Well, you could type it in and look at it yourself. You couldn't do that. So I bought this Use Your Illusion 2 album, took it home. They've got a song called Get in the Ring with loads of swearing in. And I was like, rock and roll is for me. This is the one. Swearing? I love it. So yeah, and I listened to that album and I was like, they've got 32 singers, this Guns N' Roses. There's 32 million different voices on this, surely. And it just turns out it was just the one lad doing all the voices. So that blew my mind. And then, then I ended up getting into Hard House. How does that happen?
Right.
That's an
There should be a
obscure
link here.
That's a jump, that.
Yeah, there's not. I think I just went full... what was the most extreme? Happy hardcore. Yeah, and then I went into Hard House. And then for ages I was into Hard House until I heard Limp Bizkit again.
So happy you brought up Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. I heard Chocolate Starfish. I heard Hot Dog. I heard him swear 48 times. And I was like, I could do that. I can yell and swear lots. This might be for me. And it turns out it was for me. And I ended up... The first song, the Blackout, before we called the Blackout, we called 10 Minute Preview. First song we ever covered was a song called Counterfeit by Limp Bizkit. Which
You're loving this,
I am, yeah.
which 12 years later, I got to perform with Limp Bizkit at a gig in Germany, and it blew my mind. I'm not show you the footage after. It's awesome.
Sick.
It's me being a kid, like it's just.
What is your
Oh, Mr. Durst,
What is your favourite Limp Bizkit album?
Oof, Chocolate Starfish, I think.
Is it?
I think I like the first one.
The first one feels very underrated, I think.
Yeah. Well, I literally had this conversation with Fred Durst, right?
Oh, really?
So I said, why don't you play more of $3 Bill? And he did this motion. Lucky you got cameras, because I couldn't do this on my podcast. See, the thing is, we've sold 90 million records, and he did this. I don't know what he's doing next time. He did 90 million records. He's making a big circle with his hands. And he went, $3 Bill, we did 4 million, right? And did a little circle. And I was like, oh, all right then, cool. And he was like, everybody knows the other records and not many of them. So, yeah, the first record's good. I think the first 7 songs are strong. Then it goes a little bit, meh,
Yeah.
and then comes back strong with faith. Chocolate Starfish, I think, is the one. I think you could put pretty much any one of those songs on in a club and people will go, oh, I know this song from being that era of
Nostalgia.
Yeah, and Limp Bizkit being huge at that
Yeah,
time.
because it was Significant Other that put it up there, and then as soon as Chocolate Starfish was out,
It was next level.
everyone had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rolling just really had everybody doing it, didn't it? Like Chav's doing the dance, like what?
Yeah, everyone knows it.
Yeah, it's crossed over.
It has,
Became
yeah.
popular.
Yeah. Good on him. Well done. Well done, Fred and the boys.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Good
Yeah.
lad.
Do you think they're ever gonna
Do
finish
more?
this album?
I think it
Stampede?
probably is finished because it was the other day I had a reminder on my phone that I think it was in 2016 or 2017 I went to Sonosphere to interview Fred Durst for a thing for Kerrang where he was like rock stars meet their heroes or whatever, and I went to interview him and I brought up, when can we expect a new album? And he was not happy with it. So I don't know.
Was this pre you playing a show with him? Or was
this is after. No, yeah. So I wandered in like fucking Billy Big Balls, swanning into the dressing room, like, yeah, they all remember me. And then instantly as I walked in, I was like, oh, I hope they remember me. Ooh. But it ended up being all right. But I don't know what's going to happen with it really. Because the thing is, when we toured with them, we said, look, we toured with them and it cost us. It ended up, we were 18 grand in the negative for doing the Limp Bizkit tour, right? But we were touring with fucking Limp Bizkit, which was literally the reason we started as a band. Like, we were all into Limp Bizkit. And, so we lost 18 grand doing that. And then we were like, take us to America. Because Sam, the bassist, wanted to produce some stuff for us. And we were like, take us to America. We'd love to tour with you. And he was like, oh, it's just club shows. We played to like 500 people a night. And I was like, what? And how amazing would it be? Imagine going to a club, right? And Limp Bizkit are fucking playing.
Well, that's one thing that's happening lately, isn't it? You see these massive bands going to smaller venues to get a different feel.
Yeah. But that's what I guess Limp Bizkit have to do in the States, all over the States. It's crazy. Like I thought, because in Europe, Europe's got this weird thing, see, where they take on metal and weird punk or ska, and you can literally make a career in Germany forever, right? Like Real Big Fish, Goldfinger, like anybody who's a ska band will always have a career in Germany, and if you're a metal band as well, like Limp Bizkit do well in Germany, we did arenas with them. But then they go home and they're doing like 500 capacity venues.
That's crazy.
See, that's weird though, with like bands like Rammstein, like were obviously they are German. I remember there was a thing not long ago about what actually like people in Germany thought of Rammstein.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right.
Yeah.
They weren't like that phase is like a big thing. Whereas if you go here, it's like, fuck, it's Rammstein. Like everyone
Madness.
needs to go to their shows and stuff like that. It's just weird having that like parallel
Yeah, plus
between.
people are sick of them. To be honest, it's kind of what happened with a lot of Welsh bands. It's like you get to a level. There was a point where we were playing like Club Eva Bach in Cardiff like twice a week or whatever, and that's 250 capacity. You start to do any bigger than that, and it's like Welsh people are like, I don't know about this.
It's cool
Almost
to hate
as,
it.
yeah, it's almost as if you're not one of us anymore. Like, and you'd like be like, what? We're from here. Please come to the gig.
What
You're
was
too big for your shoes.
Yeah, well, that's what they think.
what was the Wales like scene like? Because that seems like one of them where it's put out some massive bands.
Oh, it was awesome. At the time, like when we started, before we started, like Limp Bizkit and Lost Prophets were two of the biggest influence to us. I saw Lost Prophets. Second gig I ever went to. First gig I ever went to was Stereophonics in Morpher Stadium.
Good start.
Yeah, 19,000 people. Hell of a gig. I went in the mosh pit for the first time, but that was just like standing next to each other, bumping each other. The second gig I went to was Lost Prophets downstairs in Blackwood Miners Institute, which is like 200 capacity. And I saw people head walking. I saw Jamie, the DJ, spitting just into the crowd. I saw a proper mosh pit, and I literally blew my mind. It was, that was just after I found Limp Bizkit as well. So I started going to those gigs, and I saw this band, and I was like, they live 15 miles away from me. They the coolest dressed people I've ever seen in my life. Everybody in here loves them. Everybody's climbing each other. This is unbelievable. This is amazing. So then I became like the ultimate Lost Prophets fanboy.
Which era was that?
It was Fake Sound, so like right before they blew up for Fake Sound, I guess, or before the Shinobi video, before the Fake Sound video. I don't know. Yeah, it was 2000.
Early 2000.
Yeah,
then,
really, really early 2000s. And yeah, it just blew my mind. Just people from down the road, like, and
Yeah.
that band went on to change music, culture in the UK, fashion. I think a lot of people, like Topshop, just seem to steal all of Lost Prophets' look. Like that old retro T-shirt with like slightly baggier jeans and these tight things now. But yeah, it was unbelievable. And to see them, and then so I went to like as many of their gigs as I could until they had to befriend me. Like, you know, like I was,
bully them into it.
yeah, I was like, boys, you're going to look, you can either be sick of me or you can just enjoy the company and it's going to be there. And then, so, yeah, followed them for a bit. And then I saw Funeral for a Friend play their second ever gig. So then I went to the next 7 gigs in a row. They were unbelievable, obviously. Who else was there? There was loads of bands. There was a band called Honda McLean who were awesome, from South Wales at the time as well. And then, so we started, we were called 10 Minute Preview for a bit. Then we added Bob. Then we became the Blackouts. Then we recorded our first EP with Ramesh in his parents' front room. And then Kids in Glass Houses recorded an album with Ramesh in his parents' front room. And then all these, like, yeah, the Welsh scene kind of blew up. It was nuts.
It was so
nuts.
prominent though, like you're saying, with like Kids in Glass Houses and then yourselves, and then there were so many bands from Wales that were like
Funeral, Lost
Yeah.
Prophets. Said Mike did okay. The thing is, there's loads of brilliant bands that never made it out of that scene.
Yeah.
That nobody knows about. I wish, like, there's a band called Pete's Sake, right? Who were like a pop punk band. They were kind of like the Movie Life meets early Thrice, right?
yeah,
If they had stuck together 6 months longer, the Blackout would have been in a position where we could have chosen our tour supports,
yeah.
and we would have taken them 99% of the time. But they just knocked it on the head, and we were like, don't do that. Because we were like, as soon as we take them out, because we took Kids in Glass Houses on their first ever tour.
Yeah.
And we did it with Canterbury as well. We did it with We Are the Ocean. We went, boys, when you're bigger than us, remember that we took you on tour now, because we want to fucking tour with you. Because we knew, like, I thought Canterbury were going to be the fucking next Coldplay.
I miss Canterbury.
2015, I found a tweet the other day. I posted in 2015, Canterbury released the best album of 2015. Brilliant. I thought they were going to be huge. Kids in Glass Houses did very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just mad to see, and all these bands, like, we all kind of started together, and we all kind of small together, and then just it all kind of bubbled and blew up, and it was just nice to see all our friends doing okay. I
Yeah.
guess.
Was it like that? Was it all supportive of one another? It wasn't trying to one up one another? Because I
No.
know sometimes it can feel
No,
like really
yeah.
motivating, can't it?
No, not in the Welsh scene, I don't think. No, we were all quite supportive of each other. But I don't know whether you remember. You probably don't. When there was MySpace, there was a site called Friendster as well.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I
I
don't
had
remember
a couple of years. Well, must have been 12, 13, 14 years ago. Yeah, I came. Alid posted on my wall on Friendster, "You made me feel like a rock star tonight because you played my band in a club." Because I DJ'd a club and I played Kids in Glass Houses.
No
And he
way.
was like, "It's the first time I've heard it on a proper sound system." And I was like, "Wow, you'll probably go on and do okay, boy. Get out there.
You'll do fine.
You're welcome. 20% of everything, please."
I now have future shirts of everything.
The new manager.
Get him like a glowing tan or something like that. So that actually brings me into another question. So you're obviously in Manchester doing a DJ set tonight.
Yes.
Is this something you've started after the Blackout, or is this something you did while she was in the Blackout? Or
Well, going back to when I was talking about Hard House,
Yeah.
I literally had decks like how I started in Temi Preview the Blackout was I wanted to be in a band like Lost Prophets, and I seen they had a DJ and a screamy fella, and I was like, well, I can yell,
Yeah.
I can DJ, but I can't scratch DJ, but I'll try and learn. So that's kind of how I got into that. But I've always loved DJing. I loved, like when the Blackout was a thing and we'd go out on tours, I tried to do as many after shows and parties or whatever as I could. I love the vibe. I like being in control of it all. It's like a power thing, maybe? Yeah, it might be a power thing. I could ruin your night in a second if I'm DJing.
It's true.
Yeah, Jimmy Savile theme. That's the night.
Is that what's on tonight then?
That's how I'm opening. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Down
No,
over.
I also like the vibe of, because I've been DJing a lot lately, and I've been going into clubs, and some of these DJs have literally got playlists, right? And they will just put the playlist on. Right? But I turn up with 2 USBs, plug them in, and then I don't know where I'm going to go. It could be anything. I'm just vibing. Like, I just try and read the crowd and see where you can go that way. And I love that. It's like keeps me on my toes. And it's almost, I say almost, it's 33% of the feeling of being on stage, I guess.
Yeah.
So the other 66.6 recurring is amazing when you're on stage. But yeah, it's a good time. I like playing people's songs. I like seeing what songs work and what songs don't.
Yeah.
I find it rolling is slowly fading out. Mad. Our kids forgetting that. Isn't it mad? I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, one day somebody might be like, oh, remember that classic rock band, The Blackout? Like
Classic rock magazine.
Yeah, like Limp Bizkit. Like Limp Bizkit are going to be classic rock one day.
Oh,
That's terrifying.
I don't think that's far away. I reckon,
scary though.
I reckon in 10 years,
Yeah, but then what that makes...
Wes Borland will be there, dressed as a monkey priest with a big grey beard and a bald head. Lucky you got cameras, really.
No.
People wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, sorry.
Just like, oh, I wonder what he looks like when he's doing that. But then, what if that's the case? Then what does it make like Guns N' Roses? What does that make like? These are like pre
Ancient
classic
rock.
ancient rock.
Ancient rock.
That becomes a thing, a new genre.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Classica rock. Classicist.
More classic.
Yeah.
Even more classic rock.
Classic. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. It's just. It's mad. It's crazy to see the drop off of bands as well. Like when we split up, I was expecting, I'd probably get another 5 years of seeing kids in town with band hoodies on and them going, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. That's gone in a year. And
Really?
I was like, I walk around my hometown, I'd expect someone to be like, haha, somebody who did something in our town for the rock scene. Nice.
Good on you.
Nice. Fat old man. Bastard. I don't want to.
But do they recognise when the band was still going? Be like, oh, yeah, from the Blackout.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess we did a lot for our town really, and I guess it's never really been discussed, but like, if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for the Blackout existing and doing all right, there wouldn't have been a Merthyr Rock Festival, which became like a big thing, which they did for like 5 to 10 years. It kind of brought rock music back to Merthyr because nobody was coming up that way. People would go to Cardiff or Bristol. Sometimes Bristol was the closest they come to Wales, so they wouldn't come up to Merthyr. And then, but I'm trying to get a statue in my hometown of myself, right? But the problem is, seems that we only put statues up of boxers. So you know when they say violence is never the answer? Yeah. Right? Violence is never the answer unless the question is, what do you have to do to get a statue in Merthyr Town? Violence is the answer.
So now you can just go around your hometown, beating up people who are not wearing your hoodies.
Exactly.
And get a statue
Which is
made of
everyone, because everyone's forgotten.
It's just stop people and go name 3 Blackout songs, and if they got a wrong answer, and just wallop them.
But the problem is, I couldn't name 3 Blackout songs. No, I probably could.
I was about to say.
Not many more though. Not many more. No, I'm just thinking about having my own statue made. Like that, right? So it's me standing up like that,
right?
Doing a long jab, right? But have it placed directly in front of one of the boxing statues,
right? So it's just placed nicely.
So he's just there, like Yeah, Johnny Owens died in
Like this.
1922. Right? And then that's just touching his chest.
Yeah.
Like I've just sparked him out.
Just wheel it in on wheels, just like.
Yep. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Yeah,
a
I'm
good
going to
plan.
Banksy my own town with a
Do it.
statue of myself.
Yeah, I wonder who this could be.
Yeah.
A statue.
Who
of
should
Sean.
that be?
Perfect. Yeah, who's done this perfect statue of Sean Smith? Paid for by Sean Smith.
Oh, who's that? Fuck's sake.
Who the fuck is... Did he used to be in a... I thought he was dead. That's probably why he's got a statue.
So,
Anyway.
what was the scene like when you, as a, it's got you that?
It really has. Like, I love how your goals are just going higher and higher. Like,
Higher,
statue
yeah.
now.
Brumts.
Statue. I love a statue.
So yeah, what was the scene like when you was like starting out as the Blackout? Was you just mainly based in Merthyr, or did you expand out?
No, basically, there was kind of a scene in Merthyr. There's a band called My Disuno who were really cool.
Yeah.
We kind of went out with them like fans and like I want to say guitar techs and stuff like that, but there was no money exchange. It was literally
Right.
Can I carry your drums and come to the gig? So there's a band called My Disuno who did really well, who were good. Didn't do well, and didn't do as well as they deserved to do. So yeah, we played for quite a while in Merthyr Tydfil, and then the surrounding areas. And I remember we got to the big time of Cardiff, and then we did South Wales for ages. I think the first gig we ever did outside of Wales, we played Cyfarthfa Park in the day in Merthyr Tydfil. We played a show. I climbed the speakers. This must have been 2004-ish, right? I climbed the speakers, jumped off them. The guy who did the sound come on to me after the gig and said, "You will never play here ever again," right?
Right.
At this park, on this bandstand. Cut to 2011, where Merthyr Rock is now taking place in this park because of the blackout. There's me on top of the speakers, like, "Ha ha ha! You said I'd never do this." He could have been dead by now, that old man. He was very old, but needless to say, I had the last laugh.
Because he was laughing.
Because he might be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, he died 3 years ago. Oh.
Can't laugh inside of a box, can you?
I like it. Nice. They swap?
Blackout seemed like a melting pot of different genres, and obviously you like that from Limp Bizkit and things like that. What was some of the other members? Were they completely not into
We
some
like
of the stuff? Or?
We all like different stuff. That was, and I think that was a key to it, really. Like our drummer was mad on Metallica, absolutely mad on it. Pantera, anything that could be misconstrued for racist metal. Except Pantera, who obviously are racist metal. We can't deny that. Matthew liked Queen. Surprise, surprise. Reese liked weird stuff. Our bassist, Reese, because he's very weird. Gavin likes a bit of everything. Aerosmith, Queen, Limp Bizkit, Lost Prophets, Oasis. And then Bob liked metal. And it was just, we liked a bit of everything, really. And we never kind of went into, whenever we were writing something, we didn't go, right down, we need a pop punk song or a metal song or a emo song, whatever that is. We just went in there, like Bob or Matthew would come up and go, "Got this riff," they'd play it, Snoz would start drumming, bassist would join in, and then me and Gavin would just make noises over the top until we had some sort of melody that we liked, and then we'd fill it with words. We never really limited ourselves to, a genre or going, "Oh, don't do that." We were just like, well, if it sounds good, it's good.
Was that how the majority of writing was? It was starting off as a jam and then this flows into this and...
or someone would come with a verse idea. Like someone would come with like a guitar part for a verse and would be like, right, I got this for the verse. I think the drum should be like this. And then we'd work it. But it was always like a six-person thing. Or 7-person if you include when we worked with Jason Perry, who did The Best in Town onwards, I think, up until Wolves, which we did with Ramesh again. Jason was like the 7th member. He'd come along and he'd be like, we'd go with the songs. He'd be like, that's cool. What if we change this slightly? And I remember at first being like, fuck this. I don't want to change any of my songs. I'm fucking really good at this, you prick. And then he'd change something and I'd be like, that's fucking brilliant. Shit.
It's one of the worst things.
I wish I'd thought of
I
that.
think that's one of the things though when you're in a band and then you get so attached to your song and it's like no one else is changing my song, and then eventually you just kind of get this person going, go on, just let me change this one little thing.
That's what we learned with Jason was one of the biggest things we learned was it's not about anybody's ego. So if you're playing a guitar and you want to rip a solo and it doesn't make sense to rip the solo,
no,
don't bother with it. If it's where the vocal should go, the vocal's got to go there.
yeah,
If I want to yell over something and it would be better with a solo, shut up, Sean. It's solo time. But what we learned with Jason was nobody's ego is bigger than the song. The song's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So we never had any bits where Bob's playing a 35-minute solo. Thank God. Because he would, and he can.
he would and he can.
Yeah, and he will. He probably is now. Somewhere. Just in his pants, just soloing away on the Welsh hills.
The wind.
Yeah. Can you hear it? Oh, no.
No, too far.
We'll edit it in. Just subtle.
Slight wind blow as well.
I can't wait to see that on a YouTube video of Where Are They Now?
Here's James Davis from the Blackout.
Watch Mojo presents. So obviously you got a new band now, Raiders.
Yes.
How did that start then?
It started because me and my now ex-girlfriend went to see a gig in Swansea because she liked a band that I was friends with years and years ago, and I didn't realise it was still a band. I thought they'd split up, and she was like, oh, they're playing in Swansea, and I was like, what the fuck, are they? Oh, we'll go down to that. And we went down and there was like 40 to 50 people watching them.
Right.
And I was super jealous. I hadn't been to a gig for ages.
Right.
And I just went there and I saw them play and I was like, oh, I want this for me. I could go up there now. I could take that mic. I don't know any of these songs. I could go up there and I can make this a better gig. I know I can. And then after that, then I contacted Bob, formerly of the Blackout, and just said, I know you got riffs. I know you have. It doesn't stop.
Stored in a safe, waiting for the day.
I know two things about Bob. He's angry and he's got riffs. That's it.
Those two work well together, don't they?
So him stubbing his toe, I'm like, yes, more riffs. And they come in. I contacted him and I was like, do you fancy doing something? And he was like, yeah, can we? And then we were, Bob sent some songs over and then I played them to me and my friend Chris, or Sticks as he's known as, because he's a drummer. Ha ha ha, original. And we hung out with Sticks and I was like, do you want to play drums to this? And he was like, yes I do. And so we got him in and then we played as a 3-piece for 18 months in a practice room because we could not get a bassist to turn up.
That seems to be just an overall thing.
We had 3 people who all said, yes, I'll do it. I'll learn the songs.
Yeah.
Who the day before went, oh, I can't make it tomorrow.
Oh.
And one of them, we know he didn't even open the files for the songs.
Because you could see it.
Yeah, because we can see if it's been opened by him. Nah.
No.
But, so that took a while. So then Chris ended up inviting his friend Ryan to play bass, who is in like a pub band in Aberdeen. So we've got a gig coming up in Shepherd's Bush Empire, supporting Funeral for a Friend. And I'm just going to spend the whole gig looking at him because prior to this, he's going to have played to about 200 people tops. And he's going to be looking out at 2,500 people looking back at him, and I'm just going to be looking at him going, shitting yourself? Are you shitting yourself? You should be shitting yourself because you don't know these songs as well as I think you do.
Projectile vomits everywhere.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm really excited for him to play in front of a big crowd. But
making dreams happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just I was just eager to get back out there.
Yeah.
And then, and then we played our first gig, and I got in trouble.
Was it for standing on a speaker?
No.
Again.
A lot worse than that. Should I tell this? Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Look at that.
Here you go, look. I'll give you something
Fucking
Andrew and my
exclusive.
career at the same time. This is good. So yeah, our first gig back, we were playing a gig in our practice rooms called the Green Rooms in Forest. And there was a girl in the front row standing next to my girlfriend at the time. And she's smiling, and like this girl next to my girlfriend is smiling and like looking like she's enjoying all the shit I'm saying and doing or whatever.
All right.
So I go up, like, and we're face to face, and she's still smiling. So I bring my head up, I lick her forehead, turn around, fall, like I just dropped on purpose. Don't know why I did it, but I just dropped, hit my chin on the floor, cracked a bit of bone. So I turned up, got up, like I turned around, she'd gone, that girl. So we finished the gig, and then so after the gig, I go into the promoter, and I was like, oh, I enjoyed that, and he's white as a sheet, and I was like, what's the matter? And he was like, oh, you know the girl you licked? I was like, yeah. He's like, she's outside on the phone with the police.
Oh.
I went, huh? He went, yeah, she's on the phone with the police. I was like, what for? He was like, because you licked her forehead. I went, oh, well, really? I thought I licked her forehead, and then something like, I don't know, somebody threw a painkiller. I just thought something else had happened. Like, I was like, oh, so it was for what I did? And he was like, yeah, he was white as a sheet. So I went out to the car to go and see her, which I had 4 other people in there just telling her what to do, I think.
You're right.
Feeding.
Egging on the situation.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And she came out of the car and she's like, I can't speak to you right now. And I was like, whoa, listen. If I thought for a second that this is this was there. Like, I thought you were into it. I thought, like, if anything, stupid of me to think me licking you might be a treat. But... I thought you might leave you with like, oh, that was a laugh, though, stupid dickhead, lick my head or whatever. Because I've been to so many gigs where I'd had people spit in my face, or I was covered in some sort of shit, or something fell off the ceiling, like.
And it was one of the most enjoyable parts of the gig.
Exactly.
Best thing ever.
Yeah. So, but then I found out later that the support band who played before us, who had turned up early, spent 2 hours licking my ass about how much they loved the Blackout and how much they loved my podcast, right?
Right.
Then, as soon as she went outside, all went outside with her and was like, oh, you should have him done for sexual harassment.
What?
And I was like, whoa, this is next level, boys. This isn't like, I don't even want bros before hoes, right?
No.
To go that far, that's mental.
If it was wrong, then fair enough.
Yeah,
you're having
but if it was
at a gig.
aggressive and like actually sexual harassment, like it wasn't. But like, yeah, it just blew my mind. So yeah, I ended up having to speak to the police.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I had a phone call one day of a policeman, and he said, oh yeah, this is whatever his name was. And I was like, aye. He's like, is it Sean? Yeah. Do you know why I'm calling you? I was like, yeah, I was having too much fun at a gig. And he was like, yeah, look, I know how they can get, but try and reel it in. And I went,
right.
Yep, will do. And that was it. But yeah, that was our first gig back. So we did that, and after that I was like, bro, I'm in a different world. Like,
yeah,
like, it now feels like I'm in like the 60s. Like I feel like an old man.
You're under a microscope constantly.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Like, and it's so we did that, and then another thing I've noticed as well since being back is we did another gig with a band as well who had a lot of female fans of the gig, and someone who came to see us who had not been to a gig since the last Blackout gig, so he'd had to have a couple of bevies to get into the mood. He tried to like start a pit, but the other band we were playing with had a lot of female fans.
Yeah.
They didn't like her.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, the next day I was having messages then off their fans going, if you're gonna support this band, please control the crowd. And I was like, oh, control the people you bring. And I was like, love, I can't even listen. If you knew about my first gig, I can't control myself, right? I can't control myself, let alone people people who come to see my band. I'm like, so it's got to the point now where are we going to have to ask for permission slips for moshing? Like, are we going to have to go around everyone first and be like, yeah, right, I think I'm going to really enjoy this next song to the point where I'm going to jump up and down and maybe back and forth, right? So Like, how long is this going to take between every song?
Yeah.
Like, if this is the song I think it is, I'm going to get a bit rowdy. So, like...
If you don't want to be pushed, please move to the
Yeah,
right-hand side into the safety area of the gig.
I think that's what it's going to be.
What a gig's going to evolve to? All of us just stood in a row.
Well, soon it's going to be no...
Yeah.
Soon it's going to be no talking, no smiling. Surely. Oh, the singer smiled at me. Oh, no. We can't smile at people in the front row. Oh, my God.
Police.
Yeah, that's what it's...
She's reporting for smiling.
Like, don't get me wrong. This now looks like I'm going, you should be allowed to lick anyone you want. No, right? I understand. No, I now understand what I did was wrong in this time, right? But back in the day, I go and see Gallows, right? And Frank had to be bleeding and head banging. And I'd have his blood on me, right? And I'd be like, oh, fucking, what a gig. How cool is this?
Yeah,
and now
part of the experience.
Yeah, people would,
especially punk shows and
it was
like
mental.
Get involved in it.
I just wonder what the kind of future is with pits and metal and having fun.
Well, that's the thing. If you go to a gig, you know that there is a slight chance that you might get some sort of cup hit in your area. You might get covered in beer, or it might be piss, or whatever else.
Yeah, we expect that. But I don't think the younger generation do, and I especially now. Don't think the girls do, and I don't think they. Rightly so that they're not taking shit anymore, but also.
It's.
How do I word this without all of the feminists stabbing me? I don't know. I just worry that
It's changing the
we
culture.
can't start. Pits, like it's not just pits, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't jump up and down on the off chance you might bump into somebody that doesn't want to be bumped into, or I don't know. It feels weird. It feels like it's going to be a front row, maybe, then a barrier, front row, a couple of rows, barrier, boys in pit, barrier, rest of the crowd.
You have to plan how you're going to enjoy the gig.
Yeah, I don't know.
To anticipate how.
Bands are going to send out set lists, so you can be like, right, I know these songs I need to mosh to are number 2, 4.
Like when it's like flashing images warning, it's like a pit warning instead.
Might be bumped into.
This might surprise you. When I was at just like obscure things seeing in a gig, I went download 2019 at the front for Slipknot. That's one of my favourite bands. I was ready for it. And just before the coming on, we had like an hour wait. Diana Wood, then Slipknot for some reason.
How do you feel about them?
I like them. I really enjoy them. It's weird.
Can't like
it's
them anymore.
Different.
They've just been cancelled. They
have they actually?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've done some sort of at some festival. Ninja's the singer.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight with this fella who's fronts the band apparently.
Right.
I think he was gay as well.
Oh,
so they were calling him the F-bomb, and you know. I don't have to explain that word.
Yeah.
All right, good. I thought you were like, what the fuck do you mean?
No, Sean, you need to expand on that.
Say the word. Say
and,
do it.
Say it. cut all the interview down just to me saying that. Well, you were Sean.
So here's our episode with Sean.
Yeah. So at some festival, Ninja got an argument with this fella, then chased him and hit him or whatever, and he ran off. And then they've got him on tape, Yolandi and Ninja saying, right then. Ninja goes, right then, he came up and he grabbed you at tits and you were ass and was trying to crack on with you, and they've got it all on tape, and they go up to the officials of the thing. They must have done something to the cameraman, because their cameraman's leaked all this.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Fucking hell.
Fuck.
Been cancelled for that.
South Africans are a different culture.
Sorry, you were talking about Slipknot, yeah.
Yeah, we had people like walking in front of us, which I'm fine with. Show hasn't begun yet. I saw someone with, I'm not joking, less than a 2-year-old child in their arms.
Wow.
10 o'clock with Slipknot. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That should be in
if you have a child, don't go to download.
Wow.
But I can't wait.
Imagine that's the whole Rambo thing. If it dies, it dies type thing.
If it dies, it dies.
I can't wait to mosh, knock a baby over. Oh, you killed my baby.
Oh, what's that in the air? It's a balloon. Oh no, it's a child.
Yeah, but that would be known as the most metal baby of all time, or then, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, how did he die? Only being the most metal baby of all time. Only doing what he would have loved if it had lived another 17 years. Mosh into Slipknot. Yeah. How did he die? Head banging. What? Yeah, he was banging his head against a rail. Like, oh, it's terrible. fictitious babies. It's not like it's not.
Not a real baby.
Hypothetical child.
Good band name.
Yeah.
Hypothetical child.
Side projects.
Loads of them.
Should be the next thing. So reverting back to
we
feel ages ago was on about race. The way you've kind of not marketed but like kind of released the band, like going public and stuff, like you did more, this is the band, here's a picture of us and stuff like that, and then we'll release a track. Yeah. Was there some sort of like thought process with it, or was it kind of like just to kind of like give suspense and stuff like that? Or was like, fuck it, just release a song and see how it goes?
No, we were bored. No, we'd had pictures taken and stuff, so we like get them up, and then we basically wanted to record a song in February of this year to get out in time to be considered for festival season this year.
Yeah.
So we did a song with Ramesh. We wanted it back in 2 weeks to get it out. We got it back in 9 weeks. So we missed being able to play all the festival season. So as soon as we had it, we were like, fucking just put it up. So we just literally put Wasting Away straight up then. Thing is, if we put it up a week earlier, if we'd had it back 8 weeks, we could have had Raiders on Spotify and stuff. But now it's Raiders UK because somebody literally took it a week before us.
Fucking pricks.
Yeah.
Was that to do with like, oh, this is a different band called Raiders, or was it because your band was called Raiders?
No, I think there might have been another band called Raiders who literally decided to put something out a week before we decided to exist. The shits.
See, we had that with my old band. We were called Traps in Autumn, and we had it where we set up this band page. We do the good old Facebook check and see if there's another band called it and stuff like that. And we did, and then by the time that we went public, because we did the whole let's just do everything behind the scenes and then just release everything after that. But by the time we did, there was a Texas version of the band. So it was like this like weird like hymn tribute sort of like vibe to him.
It was a different band. It wasn't like the same people in the band with Texas hats and cooking band. Texas version of the band.
Y'all.
And then we got like a Facebook message off them. We're just going, y'all need to change your band name. Oh, right. What?
It was just like, fucking fight us, Tex.
It was just like, no. It was just like, y'all be dickheads. And that was it. Wow. That was literally all we ever saw of it.
Unbelievable. Should have had a fight.
Go on, fly over. Go on, do you?
We'll meet in the middle. Let's just go for it.
I'm only 18, but bring it.
You seem like, sorry to completely assume about you, but you always have a creative itch to be scratched because you've gone from band to the podcast and then Raiders.
Yeah.
Is it once you've got it and it's sat there, you want it out and want to get a reaction?
Oh, yeah.
I know I feel like that about my
definitely,
stuff.
I think. Basically after the band ended, I didn't really know what to do. So...
That must have been really weird.
Oh, it was the maddest. It's been the maddest 4 years ever. It's just kind of been lost because how do you transfer the skill? Like, basically, I left college. I was in Castle Bingo for like a year, and then four of the Blackout were in the same Castle Bingo at one point.
That's pretty sick, though.
Yeah, Castle Bingo. It's dreadful.
It's still bingo.
It's still old women, and it was back when pre-smoking ban, I think. So literally,
fog.
What I ended up leaving it because one of the tiles broke, and when they changed it, they put a tile up which was white, right, and all the rest of them were that color, yellow. Over there. I don't know what you can see here. That's the yellow. I'm trying to get up for the camera.
People know yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah. All the tiles are like that yellow, right? So they put this one up, and it was white, like bright white, right?
Yeah, right.
And you were like, oh no, but that's how all of those tiles used to be.
Oh.
And I was like, that's not good for my lungs. Truly, that's not good for my lungs. I got to get out of this shit. So, yeah.
I had that epiphany. I used to work at Primark years upon years ago, and then after my second like lung infection from like moving stuff in the basement at Primark, I was kind of like, I definitely need to just get another part-time job.
That's mad. Yeah. So I did that. So my point was like after that, then so joined the band did well for 13 years, and then if you look at my CV, it goes school, McDonald's, Argos Christmas job, Castle Bingo, missing for 14 years.
Jason Bourne.
Worked in Sleep Any Dead Barbers. Yeah, so like what skills, what transferable skills have I got? Like what job can I go out?
People skills.
Yeah, but what job can I have where I can scream at 9,000 people? It's not a job. It's been
not until podcasts came about.
So the podcast that came about because I just thought, well, I'm a boy from Merthyr Tydfil who's in a band that's done probably more than 99% of bands that were ever created, right? I've been lucky enough to do more than that. I've met some people I shouldn't have been allowed in the same room as, right? Being a boy from Merthyr. So how do I get some of these tales and stuff out? So then I tweeted then saying I want to do either a YouTube channel or a podcast. And then my friend, his name's Blind Boy. He's a rapper in a band called Rubber Bandits. They're two Irish fellas. I definitely think you should check them out. They're awesome. And he's got a podcast now, which is massive. It's called the Blind Boy Boat Club Podcast. And he said, do a podcast because you won't make any money off YouTube. So I was like, all right, cool. And he was like, look, you've got a fan base. Put it on Spotify. It all makes sense. So we did the first one, put that up. People seemed to enjoy it. No, they said it was very sad. But they enjoyed being sad, which seemed to be the running theme with the fans of the Blackout, really. Because as soon as we did start the party, people were like, you seem happy.
You can't enjoy yourself.
What the fuck is this? Partying?
Are you enjoying yourself?
I want to hear about you leaving parties and crying yourself to sleep. So, yeah. So that's how the podcast came about. And then, yeah, it's just the urge to... It's attention, I think. I don't even know if it's like to be creative. I think it's just the attention. I need... Hey, look at
attention.
This. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like, I think... And I genuinely think... you know, like some people are like, oh, inside, I feel like I'm a woman, right?
Right.
Inside, I think I'm a comedian.
Right. I was going to say, I'm a real boy. Like that.
No, I'm transitioning to a comedian at the moment, right. I think. So, I'd like to do stand-up eventually. Because I've been watching a lot of stand-up lately, and some of them I've been like, Jesus Christ, I could do that. That seems so simple.
It's the exact same thing you had when you were watching that band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm just too lazy to write shit down.
Yeah.
It's mad. It's like, I believe I could do it, but you tell me to write the joke. It's one of those things,
where you kind of think of it in your head and then you actually put it into practice, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, there's a comedian called Crystalia.
Love Crystalia.
Who's doing very well at the moment. Yeah. And if we go on YouTube, he's got a crowd set where he's just working a crowd. And I was like, I did that for 12 years in a band. Yeah. Like that, literally, like I could do that every night. Like put me up here, I could get to go. So yeah, that's coming. I'd like to do that at some point. Do a bit of comedy. So
I think that's always fun as well. You might have had it going from music to a podcast. As soon as you jump into something completely different, it feels like everything's new and exciting again.
Well, what I found the podcast, SAPPENIN podcast with Sean Smith. We haven't mentioned the title of the moment.
We are not going to bring any more listeners to you. I'm sorry.
You never know. You never know. When I started the podcast, like, I was done with music, to be honest. I was just like, psh. Like, with the day we split up, it felt like all bands stopped to me. Like, I was like, all right, cool. Well, nobody's going to better that. Let's just carry on with life now, then. But it wasn't until I started doing the podcast again and meeting some of these younger bands like Holding Absence, Lucas from Holding Absence, and then
so good.
I went to go see them in Cardiff, and it literally blew my mind and reminded me back of the old days. It was like going to a kid's or funeral gig where I hadn't seen a band connected with that crowd, and the crowd that connected with a band for 5 years. So I went to go see them, and it blew my mind. It literally woke me up. Like literally made me go, right then, let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were awesome. And then, I've got involved with their management team now, Holding Absences, and I'm helping manage a band called Junior as well.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, good guys.
We've got the first ever WWE Welsh champion, Mark Andrews, in them, who's a current NXT UK tag team champion.
He is. As of, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
I went around and cried.
Right.
When he won, I cried.
Yeah.
Like proper 35-year-old man weeping like a fat man's armpit in the summer. It was unbelievable. Like proper, I can't believe it. I'd had such a bad month. And then see it, like, they did a false finish where I was like, oh fuck, they've lost. Shit. Oh. I could feel myself, and I could feel Morgan was filming me there, and I just looked and I was like, oh, oh, it was unbelievable. But yeah, so now I've been looking after them. They've just brought their album out, Beautiful Life, which is awesome. And yeah, just trying to.
They were actually really nice guys to play with. Like, we were in Oxford with in Manchester. Like, just like you literally just, we were sat downstairs at the venue, Star and Garter.
Too nice there.
Too nice. And literally, Mark Andrews went, "Oh, can I sit here and eat my sandwich from Tesco?" And I went, "Fuck yeah, you can sit here."
No way. Yeah, get out of here, muscles.
You all toned with your Tesco sandwich, and me going, "I'll just wait until later and have something healthy."
Whoever can do the most sit-ups can sit there. Oh no, it's you. Shit.
Shit. It's always going to be you. Why did I just say that?
No, they're lovely boys. Yeah, big fan of the junior.
Yeah. Is like, are you more interested in terms of like the management side of it? You looking to get like expand from like just the one band, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I just want to, like, to be honest, it's not. I don't like calling a manager. Like when I write emails to people as well, I try not to write like, I manage a junior. I tend to write, I'm helping. Like I just want. I genuinely believe they've got some songs. They got a song called "Fall to Pieces," which I'm on. Yeah. Which if I wasn't on, would be a banger. But I'm on it, and it's all right. It's quite a good song. But it's I love the song whether I'm on it or not. Yeah. And I just genuinely I want to help them. I want them to do well. They have the three that, like you said, three of the nicest people you've ever met. Yeah. One's a WWE superstar. One writes the theme tunes for some of the biggest wrestlers in the world, and the other one runs a non-profit mental health charity. Yeah.
Overall, it's amazing. It's like a super group of like niceness.
Yeah, it is. And they're a brilliant band. They write awesome songs, and they kind of haven't had the chance to take it seriously because Mark's been like, he was doing TNA before he was doing WWE, so he was like over the States and stuff all the time. So now they're kind of ready, I think, to try stuff. So we're trying to just get them on stuff and get them out there to people.
In terms of like the scene now, music scene in general, have you noticed the vast change? Obviously, apart from incidents at gigs and stuff like that, have you noticed such a vast difference in how bands and sign have to approach becoming something like a bigger band?
No, but I have noticed that South Wales has got a scene again, which literally literally went and is now back. Like you've got Holy in Absence, Dream State, Loathe, who are not all Welsh, but they're kind of part of that. Well,
hybrid Welsh.
Yeah, it's because they're under the Future History umbrella, which is the management team who manages them. Sleep Token, Moose's band Killer Lights. Yeah, they're a crazy metal band. There's loads of bands at the moment, and I think they're all doing well. And can do well.
Is that relieving for you to see? Does it? Because you've had that excitement back in music when you saw these now.
Yeah, it is now for them. Yeah, especially because my attitude's changed and I kind of want everybody to win, I suppose. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, if it was just us, I would have been like, oh, well, it's just us. What a shame. But now I'm just like, fucking everybody win. It's awesome for everybody. Like,
I feel like it's more of a mentality change recently, and this is literally only in the past like year or so where I've been like, oh, people like to support each other again. Like when we played gigs last year, when we first started as a band, it was that everyone was very much to themselves. It was like we're this tribe which shows like no one really integrated, like no one made the type of
it's always
networking. Yeah, like I remember our old bands, we played with the Main a while back. It was literally the first thing that we got there, and they came to say hello to us. It was like, do you need anything? Do you want to? And he was like, if you get bored or anything, come in our rooms, come speak to us. Yeah. And they were just the nicest guys. I don't know whether it's the thing of like they had experience of like speaking, integrating with different bands and stuff like that.
We talk about this on the podcast a lot. You normally find that the bigger the band, the nicer they are.
Yeah.
Just because they've done it all. They've been where you are. And
they can relate to it more.
Yeah,
they
can relate to it. They've got nothing, they got nothing to prove. Like we did a show in Paris with Billy Talent. It's our first time playing with them, and we literally had waters and beers on a ride and nothing else. And it was literally our first ever Crank cover was that week as well.
Right.
So this was the Thursday. The Crank came out the day before. Billy Talent came into our dressing room with a massive pizza. It was like, we've got 3 pizzas. You have one of these. Congratulations on the cover. Like they knew about stuff.
Oh, wow.
And we were like, what the fuck?
Oh, so nice.
So we saw that and we were like, that's mental. And then another one we did an arena tour with, I don't know if you've heard of them, My Chemical Romance.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. They do a parade.
Is it
every year?
Every once in a while? Or?
No, they haven't done it for a while.
Oh. Do you think, is it on again sometime?
African American Parade? Is that?
Yeah.
Anyway, we toured with them. We toured with Mike M, and they were absolutely sweethearts. And so we left that tour and we went straight to Australia. And we turned up at our first gig in Sydney, and backstage there was 2 bottles of champagne with a note that said, "To the Blackout, thank you very much for coming out on tour with us. Love from My Chemical Romance."
Ah, man.
And we were like, unbelievable. we were like, ungrateful that we could be on their show.
What more can you ask for out of it?
What more can I ask for? Oh, turns out it's 2 bottles of champagne.
Yeah.
They were absolutely lovely. And then we saw them at Reading then, like 6 months after. They were headlining in Reading. We were 3rd on the main stage and we got there early and saw them sound check with Brian May. And
oh, shit.
Yeah.
As you do.
And then Gerard, I'll say in the American way, Gerard chased down our guitarist after Mike M finished the headline Reading set. Our guitarist was walking off and Gerard runs off the stage, chases him down. I was like, I just wanted to say thank you for you guys for coming out on tour with us again.
Oh, wow.
We were worried that you were going to tire the crowd out every night. And we were like, this is fucking mental.
Not only do you get to tour with Mike M, but you're getting these compliments and champagne.
From the biggest band in the world. So yeah, like another one, Duff McKagan. I've mentioned it. He was an absolute beauty. He knew about where I was from. He literally... I'll do this one quick because we'll have to go now.
Yeah, I was just about to say we're going to have to wrap it.
Yeah, so in Australia there's a festival called Soundwave where you all the bands fly on 2 separate chartered planes, right?
Yeah.
If those planes go down, that's rock music dead for a couple of years, right? So Duff was out with his band Walking Papers who were on this thing, and our tour manager at the time, Luke, was like, do you want to go see Chris Jericho and Scotty and do spoken word tonight? So I was like, yes, I do.
Why would you not?
We got on this bus, and then we were waiting for one, and Luke was like, right, one more, and then all of a sudden Duff gets on the bus, sits between me and my best friend, who's also from Merthyr, right? And we're sitting there, and he goes, all right, boys? We're like, yep. He's like, where are you from? We was like, South Wales. He's like, whereabouts? And I was like, 30 miles north of Cardiff. And he went, all right, where? I went
specifically.
I went, all right.
What's your postcode?
Yeah, so yeah, 47. And I said, Merthyr Tydfil. And he was like, I know Merthyr. And I went, fuck off, Duff McKagan. No, he didn't. And he went, hey, there's a book called Dilemma for Merthyr, which is about the band Midas Suno I mentioned earlier.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, so I ended up telling him, first album I ever bought was Guns N' Roses' Use Illusion 2. He went, what's on that album? I went, you're fucking mad. You should know all this. What a fucking brilliant album. But then, people say, not that I'm comparing us to Guns N' Roses, but people say the same thing to me and I haven't got a clue what's on any of our albums.
Yeah.
So I get it now. And then he was just such a sweetheart. Like, he was super nice to us all the time.
Yeah.
Follows me on Twitter and stuff. It's like, who'd have thought, like, Knobhead from Merthyr Tydfil is friends with Duff McKagan.
He's supported by Duff.
Yeah, some lovely... Yeah, I've managed to meet some... Yeah, so we ended up going backstage with Duff. Me, my friend from Merthyr, Scott, Duff, Chris Jericho, Scott Ian, Kerry King from Slayer, and some porn star. That was the 5 people in this tiny back room that is half the size of this room.
Oh, shit.
So me and my friend from Merthyr just like, the fuck? Look at
This is
awesome.
Just waiting for them to realise, wait, should you be in here?
Yeah, we were like, they're all short.
So pretty much, I think the last two or last one, we usually have a section called pet peeves where we usually go on about like we'll usually give you the option to pick a topic and rant about it.
What pisses you off?
Can I start? People caring more for animals than they do for humans.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate how a video of a dog can get 1 million retweets for doing something a dog does. Oh no, the dog's chased a ball. Ha! I get it, like they do that, right? And people go, "Oh, we don't deserve dogs." We literally made dogs. Like,
we purchased them.
We literally bred them with their own family until they were dull enough not to attack. We bred these wolves until they were dull enough not to attack us.
Sit
Right?
by the campfire for the scraps.
Right? There's loads of things I could rant about, right? Vegans.
Number one. Number two.
Yeah, number two. Vegans who drink water.
Right.
It's a fish's house. How dare you sick cunt. If you care for animals, you will never drink water, which ultimately means you will die.
You'll die.
Yeah, but if you loved animals that much,
You would not
drink a fish's house, would you?
Selfish bastards.
The M6,
Yeah.
which should be now called the B6 because it's all 50 zones. Fuck that.
No.
People who live near roads who then cause the roads to become 50-mile-an-hour zones because of the pollution it causes. You weren't there before the roads. You knew when you moved to that house the road was there. Live with the pollution. That's it. Or move. Let's not punish everybody else who has to use that road. Oh, what else can I go on about? I'm just looking around the room now. Women. Sorry, I just seen Betty Page and I thought I'd just have a go at women. No, that's it, I think.
Cool. And then the last one, the other half of our podcast is all about horror films.
Oh, nice.
So, what's your favourite scary movie?
I tell you what, I was thinking about this on the way up. Do you know the film Puppet Master?
No.
Oh,
I'm not familiar. No.
I thought this was some sort of horror.
God.
Um,
I love how we say we're part of horror, and then like when we do like reviews on like it and stuff like that, we're like, is that what the correct name of that character is?
We
Or,
think
like,
that's right. We like to think we know horror. We know nothing.
Yeah.
We'll pretend.
That's kind
We
of me,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No, there was a film called Puppet Master, which I once remembered I had a sexual awakening to. It was about puppets, right? Oh, so weird. This guy's controlling these puppets, and there's this girl one, and it was kissing this fella, and then leeches came out of its mouth and started like eating him.
Oh, right.
And before the leeches, I don't know why. I think I was quite turned on by the, but I was young. But I just remember like, why I'm enjoying this? I think,
No.
no. So I enjoyed Puppet Master apparently. What else do I like? I don't know. What's your favourite?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I was about to say you were in the top
We're in the
four.
top.
We're in the
What about
fucking
you?
top.
The Shining.
The Shining, nice. The Shinin.
Shining.
Yeah. It's a film about just walking around banging your leg on tables. Here's my shin.
Writing angry riffs after.
Yeah, Bob.
Just
The
Bob.
bobbin. The bobbin.
The bobbining.
I like Evil Dead. Is that a horror film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more of a comedy though, I suppose.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's a nice blend, isn't it? It's like Shaun of the Dead.
It counts.
Shaun of the Dead's the best of the Cornetto trilogy, right? We
Yeah,
agree?
correct.
Good. Yeah.
I quite like Hot Fuzz, I'm not going to lie.
The Black and We of the Ocean nearly had a proper argument about it. Because we were like Shaun of the Dead all day. And then they were like, Hot Fuzz is the funniest film of all time. And we were like, what?
Right.
Dumb and Dumber. And like, yeah, that's crap. And we were like, oh my God. Yeah, we just, Ace Ventura. Yeah, Wayne's World. Never even seen Wayne's World. I was like, Get Out.
What?
Get Out. Yeah, that's probably one of my
But
favorite
here's the
films.
better question then: is what's better, Austin Powers or Wayne's World? I got into a serious argument with some like people at work.
Wayne's World. I think it's Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
I think it's Wayne's
references.
World.
Austin Powers has done better, but I love Wayne's World more. I could act in Wayne's World.
It references what we all
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer
People
for us.
yeah.
It's more quotable as well. Like at Download 2018 when they had it on the screens, like before like all like the festival actually sets and all that and bands.
There we go, dog. They've got this bloody great big Bengal dog. I managed to take out the dog with a can of mice. But the shopkeeper and his son was a different story altogether.
And that's how Ozzy went on stage.
I had to beat them to death with her own shoes. Quite tragic, really. But Ozzy went on stage and did a great show.
I think Wayne's World 2 is age is better.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know.
I watched Wayne's World 2 like a couple of months ago. I was like, this really does hold. This really does. It's okay.
Did you find it a trifle unnecessary to see the crack in the Indian's bottom? I had the same dream. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's how much I love it.
Yeah.
I can tell Preston all day. Yeah, Wayne's World over Austin Powers. I can't think of any. I can't think of any horror films.
It's because we put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should just like give you this one question in advance.
That's true, yeah. Could have done.
You give us like a full like Wikipedia of like the history of horror and stuff like that.
Well, I think you'll find like all horror starting in.
Fucking knows more than us.
Oh, Nosferatu. I'm a big fan of Nosferatu.
1922.
Yeah.
It all starts then.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really one for horror films, to be honest.
Maybe.
I can't say like I'd be like I need to go to the cinema to see that. Like it. I haven't seen the new one just because.
Pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've seen the old. I remember the old one. I remember Tim Curry being scary. I'm trying to think what the last horror film I would have seen is.
Should we leave this question lingering and force you to come back?
Yeah,
we can do.
And when Raiders come to Manchester, we'll actually
Let's do another one. Yeah,
exactly.
I'd
We'll
very
do that.
much like that.
Include Bob.
That would be angry
Angry.
and riffy.
That'll be just the majority of the being pet peeves then.
Yeah, him going, oh, you fucking heard that. Yeah, everything going, oh, you heard that, I heard that.
The M60 extended edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you hate?
In fact, yeah, he came up with a lot of that dog bit I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just top it.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, we'll just take apart dogs if you want. That's good. Because people love dogs. People love it. Blindly love dogs. Unbelievable. So much love for dogs. It's almost people are like, oh. I know friends, right, who are crying, right, because they've got no money whatsoever, right?
Right.
But they got a dog. And I'm like, that's $2,000 a year, just food. That's without bills, vets bills.
Yeah, it's a dog though.
That dog has everything.
Get a person, like.
Get a person.
Just go outside, get a homeless person. Like, bro, wouldn't you rather be in my house tonight than this smelly dog who's gonna shit and piss everywhere? Cause it, anyway, I better stop, otherwise I'll end up having PETA turn up on my house.
So socials wise, where can everyone find you? SAPPENIN, Raiders.
All right, Twitter at Sean Smith Sucks. Instagram, right? I can't get verified, right? Because my name is on Twitter at Sean Smith Sucks. So I think they think I'm a Sean Smith hate site,
Right.
which would make sense. And then my Instagram is fake Sean Smith. You're not giving anybody a verified tick for being called fake Sean Smith, are they? Twat, like what an idiot. And then at SAPPENIN Pod, SAPPENINPOD on Instagram and Twitter for the podcast, and then at Raiders Band UK on everything.
And
on
your Patreon.
Spotify, Raiders space UK. Patreon. Oh yeah, we do a Patreon for listen to our podcast because we talk about it too much on that.
Okay.
It's disgusting how many times we plug it. I don't want to do that, but yeah.
But cool. Otherwise, thank you for coming
No,
on.
thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
It.
No,
Right,
let's do this again.
Absolutely.
Sean Smith,
if you
everyone.
want a DJ set,
Yeah,
we
you better
best be
add.
ending
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
I gotta go. Shit. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Cheers, man. Thanks.